Welcome to the Back to Basics recipe collection. Today we'll be making one of Australia's favourite evening meals, steak and veg. It's simple to prepare and when eaten in the correct proportions makes for a very nutritious meal. Before we get started today, we'd like to show you what a serving of beef looks like. According to the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating, a serve of beef is 60 grams, and this is roughly the size of the palm of your hand. A great tip for keeping your portions on track is to use a set of kitchen scales and weigh the portion of meat prior to cooking. See how close your portion is to a serve of beef. The Australian Guide to Healthy Eating recommends that men have 3 serves of protein a day, women 2.5 serves per day, and children 1.5 to 2.5 per day. This can come from lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, tofu, nuts and seeds, and legumes and beans. For this recipe, you'll need 330 grams of oyster blade steak. Now this is enough to feed Dad, Mum, and 2 kids. We chose oyster blade steak as it is a lean and budget-friendly cut of meat, but other good choices include fillet steak and rump steak. As a good rule of thumb, always choose a cut that has the least amount of visible fat. If there's any white streaks through the meat, this indicates that there is marbling and fat throughout the meat. Next, you will need some cooking spray and your choice of vegetables. Just remember to choose a variety of colours. Here we have used 3 carrots, 1 small head of broccoli, a small head of cauliflower, and 4 small potatoes. Before you begin cooking, it's a great idea to gather any utensils you'll need. These are the utensils that you will need for today's recipe. On a clean chopping board and using a sharp knife, start by trimming the visible fat from the steak. Next, heat a non-stick frying pan over a medium heat and lightly spray with some cooking spray. Add your steaks to the pan and cook for around 6 minutes on each side until nicely brown. If your meat is a bit thicker, you may need to adjust the cooking time and cook for a little bit longer. Take a clean chopping board and with a sharp knife, peel and cut your vegetables. Place the potatoes into a large saucepan and with enough water to cover them. Place this on the stovetop and over a high heat, bring to the boil. Cover with the lid. The potatoes should take around 10 minutes to cook. Whilst they are cooking in a separate pan, cook the carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. As a general rule of thumb, hard vegetables, like the carrots, may require additional cooking time, but softer vegetables, like the cauliflower and broccoli, and even zucchini, for example, will only require around 3 to 4 minutes. Now we are ready to plate up. When plating your steak and veg, try and make half of the plate vegetables, a quarter your protein or your meat, and a quarter your carbohydrate. In this meal, the carbohydrate comes from the potatoes. Enjoy your steak and veg.